Welcome back to Storm Alley Wellness with our final day of our final week of Sun Salutation A practice. If you've practiced with me so far, welcome back. If this is your first time and you're catching these at a different time than when I've uploaded them, welcome. I'm so glad that you can finish this 6-week, 2-day-a-week series of Sun Salutations A with me. We'll do 3 flows today, and we're going to start at the head of our mat in mountain pose, just grounding through our feet, and then we'll go ahead and inhale up and exhale straight down into that forward fold. We're going to get right into it today. We're not wasting any time. We're going to inhale halfway up. We'll exhale back into the forward fold. We'll do 2 halfway lifts here. Inhale up. When we exhale here, we're going to go all the way down into that chaturanga like we've been doing. And then we will inhale into upward dog. Hold this for a breath as you exhale. Feel your muscles working. Inhale one more time, and on that next exhale, go straight back into downward dog. We're going to hold downward dog here for about 3 breaths. We'll take these first 2 flows at about the same pace, reasonably slowly. And on our 3rd flow, we'll do 1 breath, 1 movement. Nice deep breaths here. You can pedal your feet out, really feel the stretch in the backs of your legs, your hamstrings, behind your knees, your calves, all of it. Feel this stability in your ankles and wrists, and then we're going to inhale up into crescent lunge. Inhale up, exhale down into that lunge. Feel the stretch in that back leg on your front hip flexor there. Feel the strength in your front leg holding you up. Take 2 breaths here, and on your next exhale, you're going to go down back into downward dog. We're going to take a couple of breaths here in down dog. Just a couple nice deep breaths, and then we're going to inhale into crescent lunge on that other side. Inhale all the way up. Exhale down into that lunge. Get as deep as you can. It doesn't look like much here, but I was definitely feeling the stretch and the strength and a little bit of pelvic girdle pain. Take 2 nice deep breaths in that position, and on that 3rd or 4th exhale, get back down into that downward dog. Nice sturdy position. Take 1 breath, and then on the next exhale, come down to chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. We're going to hold this for a breath again. Just really feel our glutes and abs working, being nice and stable. We'll exhale back into downward dog. Take a breath or 2 in downward dog here before we exhale and walk our feet back to the head of our mat into that forward fold. We'll inhale to halfway lift, exhale to forward fold. Inhale for 1 more halfway lift if you want to, otherwise come straight up overhead and exhale, hands, heart, center. We're going to take 3 breaths here to reground ourselves through our feet. Keeping it nice and timely today. Finishing strong on this 6-week series of Sun Salutation A. Inhale overhead. Reach for the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your spine parallel to the floor if you can. Exhale, all the way down into that forward fold. Inhale for 1 more halfway lift. Make sure you keep your head and neck in line with your spine the best you can, and then exhale down into that chaturanga. Inhale straight up into upward dog. Go ahead and exhale here, and just take that extra breath here before we go into our downward dog on our next exhale. We really want to make sure that we are activating our muscles safely. We don't want to rush through anything. We're going to take about 3 nice deep breaths here in down dog, feeling strong and sturdy through our hands and arms, feeling a nice deep stretch in the backs of our legs. And then we're going to inhale into crescent lunge like we've been doing. It's okay if you wobble a little bit. Inhale all the way up, reaching overhead. Exhale into that lunge. Take a breath in this position. You can look up at the sky if you want to. Exhale, take deepen. Inhale 1 more time, and then exhale back into downward dog. Take a couple of breaths in down dog. Really, really feel that nice stable position. Beautiful inversion. And inhale for crescent lunge on the other side. Inhale all the way up, reaching overhead. Exhale, really sink into that lunge. Get the most out of it. Feel the strength in your front leg, the stretch in your back. Take 2 deep breaths here, and on your third exhale, you'll go back in to your downward dog. Now remember, when we get into our third practice, it's 1 breath, 1 movement. It's going to be nice and fast. We're taking a couple of breaths here in down dog. And on an exhale, we're going to come down into chaturanga. Inhale up to upward dog. We're going to take a breath here in upward dog to feel our muscles working. Just really make sure that we're being safe and stable. And then we'll exhale back into downward dog. Nice slow exhale if you need to. A couple of breaths in downward dog here. Deep and full, and then we're going to exhale, walk our feet all the way up to the front of our mat in that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, reach overhead, overhead stretch. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Take a moment now to adjust yourself. Make sure that you're feeling grounded. Make sure that you're feeling comfortable before we get into our third and final flow of the day. Starting with our hands at heart center. Feeling nice and strong, grounded through our feet, balanced and stable. Take a few nice deep breaths here. In through your nose, out through your nose. And then we're going to inhale, up overhead. Exhale, swan dive all the way down into that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down into chaturanga, all the way down into that plank, whether you're on your knees or not. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, straight back into downward dog this time. Inhale into that crescent lunge right away. We're not wasting any time here. Exhale into that lunge. Really feel the strength of the position. Inhale up, exhale back into downward dog. And on our next inhale, we're going straight into the crescent lunge on the other side. Inhaling all the way up into position. Exhaling to sink into that lunge. Really just to get the most out of this position. Inhale up and exhale back to downward dog. We're going to take 1 breath in down dog. And on our next exhale, come down into chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale right back to downward dog. 1 breath, 1 movement. Take a breath in, and then on the next exhale, walk your feet back up to the front of your mat for forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, swan dive all the way up, overhead stretch, look to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. That concludes our 6-week series of Sun Salutation A. This time, Namaste.